we're going to be talking about how to survive as a Resto Druid. Now, if you could do me a favor and go ahead and check out my Twitch channel at www.twitch.tv/Claak, C-L-A-A-K. That'd be really awesome. You could love me and support me, and I would really love some followers, and I would really love something even more important there. You see that little bar down there? I didn't make my daily goal. I stream for 8 hours as a full-time job. I didn't make my goal. Hashtag sellout. Anyways, guys, let's go ahead and get into the video. Now, the main thing that makes Resto Druids even have any kind of survivability at all is going to be 2 abilities.
Wrong.
Well, there's kind of like 3. Actually, there's kind of like 4. Alright, well, I'm just going to go over the main things. There's 5. The first main thing you could do is run Displacer Beast or Renewal. If you're facing a comp like RMP or pretty much renewals for 3s, Displacer Beast is for 2s. That's kind of how I look at it. For 3s, if you're facing melee, you're probably going to want to run Renewal. That's what I like to do because you have teammates that are able to peel for you. If they are able to peel for you, if you're running a certain comp. If not, if you're running like Turbo or something really Mongoloid, you're going to want to run Displacer Beast because you don't have those peels like you would in a, a Spellcast Cleave or something where they can just spam Fear and Death Coil. Pretty much the comps you should be running. If you're not running a peel comp in 3s, you probably shouldn't be running that comp as a Resto Druid. Alright, besides the point. So when you want to use Displacer Beast, there's only one thing you want to do with it that separates you from the rest of the players. It's what separates from the good from the bad. And okay, let's imagine this as a let's fuck this person as a pillar, okay? You want to blink to that pillar, go behind it so that the enemy can't creep you in, charge you, or get to you relatively fast, and you'll be able to top yourself off, at least get 1 or 2 heals off before they reach to you again and go back bear form. Alright, for the second talent that is probably the biggest survivability talent is Guardian Infinity. Without this, we would be dog shit. And it's not because, the 6% damage reduction. Yeah, that's good. But the main reason we go into this is for the Frenzy Regeneration. The Frenzy Regeneration is amazing. And if you didn't know, which a lot of people don't know, is you can actually stack Frenzy Regeneration. I know it won't say it, but it does stack. So you can go ahead and pop double Frenzy Regeneration right away. So you want to pop it when it's their burst, or you're kind of low and you're getting behind. Even if they don't do a whole lot of damage, it's going to heal you to almost full. There's times where I get down to 20% against like RMPs, and it literally just shoots me back up to full if you just sit bear form. Now, the third most important survivability talent that I could recommend, and obviously this only works against melee, but most of the time we're going to be struggling against melee, is a Druid of the Claw. Druid of the Claw is huge, especially if teams are sitting you. A lot of times you'll find yourself, being spam purged or, being tunneled, and like you can't come out for hots. You don't have enough globals, because if you come out of bear form, you're practically going to die. We'll get more into that in a bit, but Druid of Claw is amazing. Go this. Now, how to actually play and when to hot yourself, we're going to go ahead and go into that a little bit more in depth with this video. And in this video, I'm facing Savix's brother. What's his name? Snuts 2.0, Savix 2.0, Hansel 3.0. I don't know what you want to call them, but they're family. Okay, let's be real. Now, these games, it's not going to be the best quality, but it is, you can actually see what's going on. I took this footage from a live stream. I wasn't recording. Feels bad, man. So the quality is going to be a little bit bad. Let's get through it together, boys. So, again, in this game, we're facing Stunts. I know you can't see me right now, but I'm talking. This is the stream. I'm talking, and I'm just answering some of your questions. So basically, the idea again is to right away. The moment I see this, I know they're gonna want to go me because they're not a dampening comp. They're not. So they're gonna want to go me, and you know what they're gonna want to do since there's a Resto Shaman. They're going to want to have the Windwalker tunnel me because he has one of the best mobilities in the game, so it's going to be really hard for him to survive. I'm going to rely off of my teammate very heavily and rely off of my blinks, doing well, healing when I can, and while keeping in mind LOSing this Resto Shaman, because why? he's going to be spamming Purge. And when he gets Purge off, he's going to most likely running Purgatory, which I think he is in this. And it's going to do damage to you. And it's going to take off one of your hots, which is huge. That's one global away every time he does it. Very huge, very crucial. Again, you should be running... as you can see, I have Thorns. I'm running the wrong talent. I didn't check to see what we were facing. I didn't even know what we were facing until the gates opened. So if I would have saw, I would have ran Druid the Claw, the thing that, you know, when they hit you, there's a chance it will, you know, activate another rejuvenation. That's very huge for survivability, especially against a purge comp like this. So right off the bat, I'm hot up my teammate. I go in Vizzy, and you know, basically, we're not in communication, so I don't know exactly who wants to go. All I know is I want to do my best, you know, lining that Resto Shaman while staying in the line of my Warlock, because he is my only peels. If I'm lowing him, he's a Warlock. He doesn't have the greatest mobility. If he, you know, if he's slowed and I'm on the other side of the pillar, it's going to take him forever. So I have to be in his line almost constantly. He has some good peels. He has Death Coils, and he can just spam Fear. And he has his Inferno. So that's pretty much it he has. And I have my Bash and my Blink and my Bear Form and Barkskin. That's it. So again, here they already are going to me. You see, I don't know if Snuts is trying to debate me to come out for hots onto the Warlock, because if you look at this, the Snuts is on my Warlock, and he put Touch of Death on me. So I already know he's going to go me. I'm just sitting Bear, and I'm just sitting it. And here he finally goes. He goes hammy on me. So again, you're going to see me want to go behind Pillar as much as possible while LOSing the Resto Shaman while being in line of my Warlock. Again, this is not easy. Resto Druid is not an easy class to play, but if you can master it, if you could do well in it, you will exceed, and you know, you will actually do very well. A lot of people think Resto Druid is a very trashy class. I don't think that. I just think the skill cap on it is very high. And I'm not saying I, you know, mastered the fucking Druid, but, you know, I have a lot of practice. I still make mistakes, but, you know, I try to do the best I can. This is my main. I love it. So again, I'm already really fucking going to be behind. I am super scared. So what I want to do is I want to be able to go behind that pillar, blink, just to get some hots, because I don't have any hots. If I was running Druid the Claw, I would already have some hots. I wouldn't have to waste my globals on the rejuvenations, but I'm gonna have to do that since I don't have it. So here comes my blink around the corner, but since he's a monk, he can catch up to me. I just did this to get that, you know, that second away, just to get some hots on myself, because I'm gonna be hurt. So here comes the purges. There's purge number 1. There's purgatory. I'm already super fucking scared. I have no hots on myself. I get light bloom and then rejuvenation. That's it. That's it. And I'm stunned. Okay. And I had to trinket the stun. And on top of that, I had to use double wall, or I wouldn't survive right here. I had to use double wall within the first minute of freaking the time he touches me. The first time he goes hammy, I had to pop wall. So I'm going to take a lot of damage. Again, I thought about going back there, but I didn't want to LOS my teammate because I really need him to help me. And, you know, while I'm out here, I'm in line of that Shaman. He's going to be spamming Purge. Look at that Purge again on a Light Bloom. Like, it's almost like, how do I even survive at this point? You got to keep in mind that since I am playing with a Warlock, I can Gate and I can Hellstone. So that's something that, you know, pretty help keep me up. I finally am able to get some hots myself. My Shaman, my Destro goes hard on the Shaman, getting down pretty decently low. So that's kind of like a peel as well. You know, going aggressive onto the enemy is, you know, kind of a peel if they're able to do it. If they're able to go hard enough. They can't go hard enough like my Warlock was, I would actually die, because the Resto Shaman wouldn't heal himself and he would just, you know, spam Purge and I'd be dead. So again, my main goal is to get hots on myself as fast as possible, and since I am 2s, I'm running Healing Touch spec. So yes, I did waste the globals. I didn't waste, but I did use globals onto my Warlock to put rejuvenations on him. So there we go. I got all my rejuves on everyone. I can, you know, finally try to start casting myself up. I can, you know, start, you know, trying to do healing touches, but I get kicked. Again, I'm lining that Shaman as much as possible, and I'm trying to top myself off and get ready for the next go, getting ready for the next stun DR. And here it is. I don't think they really get too much right here. Actually, I fucking lied. They get a lot right there. There goes all my hots. All my hots I just worked for. And I'm at 30% with no wall. What do I have left? I have Bash. Can't see it. I have Bash right there. And I also have Hellstone. So, not looking good. It's almost like, how do we even win at this point? Again, I'm just trying to LS that Shaman, put some hots on myself. And again, if I was running a Druid of the Claw, I wouldn't even have to worry about putting rejuvenations on myself, just because it would keep itself racked up. You know, every time the monk would hit me in bear form, I would be fine. So again, the main idea around Resto Druid survivability is bearing their damage. If you don't bear their damage, you're pretty much forced to trinket, and if you don't have trinket, you're kind of fucked, and you have to rely on your teammate or some kind of RNGesus way of survivability. So I am just bash the monk. I want to get a clone on him right here. I had to juke Shaman. I was able to get the clone. Thankfully, if I didn't, I actually might have fell behind even harder. Get some rejuvenations rolling again, and here I am trying to get away from that Russian Shaman. If I live just long enough for my Warlock to do some pressure, the Shaman keeps spamming purge, he'll eventually himself. So it is a time game. You almost have to go through those purges, but you can only go through so many purges at a time. You really do. As you can see, I already put hots on my Warlock. The Shaman actually spam purge those hots off. So do your best ability to keep hots up on all targets. Don't worry about your mana. Look at that. You don't have to worry about your mana. Resto Druids are really mana efficient. Do not worry about your mana. Don't be afraid to hot someone up, especially in 2's match when dampening is racking. Don't be afraid to use your mana. Don't. Do be afraid to use Wild Regrowth though. I wouldn't really recommend that. That's a lot of mana. That's a little bit too much, and for a little bit of heals, not worth it. So again, I just I'm doing my best to survive. Oh my god, if you would see my face right now, I don't what is even happening at this point. I'm getting into it. That's what's happening. So basically, I'm just trying to survive while putting the pressure out. I bash the monk in a really good spot. We get another chaos bow off. I get a cyclone onto the Resto Shaman. This is pretty huge. I don't know if the monk still has karma, and here I am LOSing because we're not going to get too much more pressure. It's pretty much just survive mode. Me trying to run away. There's some more, like, double spam purge right there. He got both my rejuvenations. Thank God he didn't get my light bloom, which he just got it. And again, there's like 4 purges right then and there. And so I'm doing my best to keep myself hotted as best as I can. So pretty much we're going to do this Ring Around the Rosie. He chases me while me trying to put my hots up on myself constantly. It's a really scary thing as a Resto Druid. This is probably one of the hardest matchups that I've had. This isn't your normal matchup where they just chase you and there's only so few goals. No, this whole game they're literally just me. So again, this isn't like a normal matchup that you would face, especially in 3s. You wouldn't see this hardcore of tunneling. So let me just go ahead and fast forward and pretty much show you what happened. So basically, again, like I said, basically the Resto Druid, or the Resto Shaman is going to eventually himself, and it's going to force the monk to go my Warlock because this Resto Shaman can't keep up with this damage that the Warlock's going to be able to put out. Again, it matters what comp you're running. My comp actually has a lot of good peels. It has a lot of good damage, and do we land a kill right here? Hopefully. Dampening has got to be around like 60-70%, something ridiculous, and boom, we get the kill. And that was on Snuts. I don't know who this Dr. Beast guy is. Yeah, Dr. Best is, but he was doing a pretty good job. It was a really good game, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope I opened your eye up a little bit more on how to survive as a Resto Druid. It's, again, your bear form is your key to life while keeping your hots up. And something I didn't say while recording is when you run Druid the Claw, it's gonna keep up your life blooms, or your rejuvenations. So your only thing you really have to keep up and refresh is your life bloom as a Resto Druid. So once you get that life bloom refresh, you go instantly back in bear form if they're still on you, and try to preemptively go in bear form on their goes. Be constantly looking where the enemy team is to see if they're trying to get a setup on you. A lot of teams will go you as a Resto Druid. You're a very vulnerable target, but you're also very tanky if you can play properly, and that's what I've been trying to iterate this whole time. And Resto Druids are really good, but it's really hard, really freaking hard to even be like amazing. Anyways guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Now get out there and palm some knobs.